Is dance really a sport? This is a topic that is often debated in the dance world and amongst athletes. In fact, you may have never even considered this until now, but by the time I'm done speaking, I'm going to convince you that, in fact, dance is a sport. And if you don't think so, I would hope that you would at least consider so. Dance may not be like other sports, such as football, which is more of a contact sport that includes things like tackles or field goals. But dance does require athleticism. In fact, did you know that the average male dancer, who is 5'10", can jump with a slight bend in the knee and his head can reach up to 10 feet? The world record for track and field high jump, according to ESPN, is 7 4.5 inches. This is with a running start, while the athlete gets to contort his body to get over the bar. Jean-Pierre Edgar, the trainer of several world champion athletes, even said that dancers tend to jump higher than his track and field athletes. He came to the conclusion that the extra muscle of the athletes doesn't help them jump any higher. The dancers must be doing something right. However, dancers are extremely muscular and physical, and it's part of the job description to look beautiful while performing. Besides, isn't that kind of the point? Other sports are just there to compete and win and score goals. And they can do so by executing the movements with grunts or moaning or groaning or huffs and puffs, and often show the distress in their face. Dancers compete and want to win as well, but they have to look effortless and pretty while doing it. Rinaldi says, "A dancer may be performing a giant leap, several pirouettes, or standing on her toe for several minutes, but her upper body may never betray her effort. It must look relaxed, tall, and confident, as athleticism unfolds below. Even sweat is concealed with layers and layers of makeup and glitter and fake eyelashes and red lipstick. And hairs that are misplaced are slicked back with tons and tons of hairspray. Unfortunately, this misleads the audience to think that dancers don't actually do any hard work. Not only is dance competitive, but it's also physically demanding. Dancers must perform routines that can be anywhere from 2 to 7 minutes long. The longest ones can be, some ballets are even up to 10 minutes long. And they must do this without breathing heavy or grunting or huffing and puffing like other sports players do. Routine execution requires large bursts of energy, which demands the dancer to be in good shape. Not only is dance physically demanding, it's mentally demanding as well. Dancers experience a pressure to perform when dancing. For example, when a dancer goes out on the floor to perform, they have not only the pressure to perform, but the pressure to execute the dance well, if not perfect. They have several things to think about while they're out there dancing. They have to think about lifting their chin so that way they're projecting to the audience, unless it's choreographed otherwise. Having their shoulders tucked back and their rib cage straight and their hips tucked under their rib cage, especially when turning, otherwise they'll fall out of their turns. They have to think about their hand placement. They have to think about their head where it should be at all times. They have to think about pointing through their ankle and their foot, not just curling their toes towards like an ugly point. So dancers have so many things to think about while they're out there dancing, and they all cover it up with a smile, which again gives it the effortless look, and that's often why athletes think, that's easy, they just get out there and jump around and dance, because that's the point. Dancers are trained to make dances look simple and easy, and like anyone can do them. Dance is also very rigorous, and it can be long amounts of time. According to the Wall Street Journal, an average football game will have only 11 minutes of play between the time the ball is snapped and the play is whistled dead by the officials. Dance performances such as recitals can last up to 2 hours long, and dancers can do anywhere from 5, 10, 15 dances in that recital, and each dance can be anywhere from, 2 to 7 minutes long. That adds up. That's a long time of dancing. And it's constantly going. Dancing, going back, changing into a costume, and then going back on the stage and continuing to dance. Sports Illustrated columnist Jeffrey Chadina described football as a game of movement, and today's players want to focus on quickness, speed, and flexibility. But what is dance? Dance also focuses on quickness, speed, and flexibility, plus a lot of emotion and incredible beauty. So is dance truly a sport? Well, I'll let you decide. But I definitely think that dance is just a sport, just as other athletes participate in sports, because it does require hard work, and it requires the things that Jeffrey mentioned: quickness, speed, and flexibility. So ultimately it's up to you to decide, but I think we all know that dance really is a sport.